I wasn't going to gesture, you know, I lost it. I was like, first meeting it. I wasn't for flying, that's the first thing.
Sorry, just the new way of getting your attention. We don't have that. Welcome everyone, and it is our final meeting of the end of 4 years. I don't know about you, but I think 4 years flew by very quickly. And I was thinking of some of the highlights that we dealt with, COVID-19, some potential flooding, but nothing like 2019. Wow, thank you. Oh, it seems to be a new camera. Yeah, it is. The opening of the mill at their feet, $5 million of FRR administration of those funds to all municipalities, discussion and study of energy from waste, implementation of recycling and composting, more and more sharing of services through the municipalities to find efficiencies, the abattoir and agri-sever, pioneering solar, creation of our transportation hub and the on-demand service with Transcall, some housing being built, really in many municipalities, and other infrastructure improvements. We think of Calumet Island with the water, and just wondered if anyone else, if any other sort of memories or accomplishments come to mind.
We lost 2 mayors in our 4-year term.
Well, that's a very important thing. Thank you for mentioning that, Ed. So yes, we lost Doug Russell from Rapide and Morris Beauregard from Spain, and the term before Sandra Murray. Yes. So anyways, what I would like to say is that it has been an absolute pleasure working with each and every one of you, and thank you for your good work in your municipalities and working here at the MRC. I think it's been a great council. And I just want to wish you, well, certainly we've got a meeting to get through, but I want to wish you all the very best wherever the future is taking you, either back to this table or not. Some will be in the election, some will not. So on that note, I think we'll begin. So first of all, with the TNO agenda, September 17th, but the attendance sheet has gone around. Everyone, welcome Karen Kelly virtually tonight. Karen, welcome. So we have a resolution, and remember, I'm the mayor of the TNO and you're all the councillors, so I have a resolution to open the meeting. Moved by Councillor Christine Promker. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Just for your information, this will be Captation de la séance et YouTube, recording at the city and YouTube. Cette séance publique du Conseil est enregistrée en direct sur le compte YouTube de la MRC de Pontiac, at MRC Pontiac. L'enregistrement est également rendu disponible le jour suivant la séance sur le site web de la MRC de Pontiac. This public sitting of council is recorded and broadcast live on the MRC Pontiac YouTube account at MRC Pontiac 2020. The recording is also made available the day after the sitting on the MRC Pontiac website. So on to the Déclaration d'utilisation de la langue de son choix, declaration use of the language of your choice. Je rappelle l'importance pour les membres du Conseil régional et les autres participants à la séance de s'exprimer librement dans la langue de leur choix. Au besoin, il y aura la présence sur place d'une ressource de la MRC pour assurer une traduction. I'd like to reiterate the importance for regional council members and other participants in the sitting to express themselves freely in the language of their choice. If necessary, a resource at the MRC will be available to ensure translation. The Déclaration de la Fête, statement by the warden, the Carmen. Nous sommes élus par les gens de Pontiac pour les représenter au meilleur de nos capacités. Ils s'attendent à ce que nous menions nos réunions d'une manière professionnelle. Je clôturerai très attentivement les débats et les discussions de cette réunion et les solutions de parole négociables ou des critiques en regard de quelqu'un d'autre. Je retirerai la réunion et demanderai à cette personne de s'excuser. Si cette personne refuse de s'excuser, je lui demanderai de quitter la salle. Je vous remercie. We are elected by the people of Pontiac to represent them to the best of our ability. They expect us to conduct our meetings in a professional and businesslike manner. I will be listening very carefully to the debate and discussion in this meeting, and if I hear any words of negativity or criticism of anyone else, I will stop the meeting and ask that person to apologize. If the person refuses to apologize, I will ask them to leave the room. Thank you. Could I have a resolution for the reading and adoption of the TNO agenda, moved by Councillor Sandra Armstrong? All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Number 6, are there any declarations of interest or conflict on this agenda? Seeing none, we will continue. Number 7, I have a resolution to adopt the minutes of the last sitting, moved by Councillor Evans. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Number 8, the 2024 TNO audited financial statements. It's going to be done by Monsieur Simon Thibault. And so just, is he available? He's waiting in the room. There he is. It is there?
He is there. Simon,
Okay.
j'entends-tu?
Je suis là.
Can we adjust the
I'm
volume?
just gonna turn the volume up.
Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien? Est-ce que vous m'entendez bien?
Oui.
Oui, OK. J'ai un maximal de voix que je peux utiliser, désolé.
Un problème.
Donc, je vais laisser les états financiers apparaître. J'imagine ils vont-ils apparaître à l'écran ou sont déjà projetés sur le babillard?
Le sommaire?
Oui?
Oui. Ça va être à l'écran.
OK, excellent. Super. Donc, je vais commencer. Désolé de ne pas me joindre ce soir à vous, mais je pense que c'est pour votre bien. J'ai gardé ma bonne grippe à Gatineau. Donc, je vous ai laissé la santé. Donc, je vais faire de mon possible pour essayer d'expliquer les états financiers le mieux que je peux. Donc, pour ceux et celles qui ne me connaissent pas, donc mon nom est Simon Thibault, associé au cabinet d'Ignard Thibault CPA. Ça fait déjà depuis 2018 que je viens présenter les états financiers de la de TNO, en fait, ainsi que de la MRC de Pontiac. Et c'est moi aujourd'hui qui va venir vous présenter les résultats, mais également mon rapport de l'auditeur indépendant, parce que comme vous le savez, les états financiers appartiennent à la direction, alors que le rapport appartient à moi. Euh, Comme je le fais habituellement, là, je fais juste une introduction qui est en français. Je vais présenter page par page, puis avec l'assistance de Terry, qui va pouvoir faire une petite traduction en anglais. Ça va être plus facile, je crois, pour les gens qui sont ça en anglais. Est-ce que tu es prêt, Terry?
Ah oui.
Excellent. En même temps, je pose la question, j'avais envoyé des états financiers prénotés. Est-ce que tu as eu la chance de les imprimer?
Ah oui, ben j'ai imprimé juste une copie.
C'est parfait, c'est juste un petit reminder qui est plus facile.
Oui.
Donc, si on commence les états financiers, vous avez à la page actuelle, là, la page 1, vous avez vraiment un condensé des revenus, des charges, des excédents, puis la conciliation à des fins fiscales. Cependant, j'irai pas dans les pages de détail au niveau des revenus, mais je vais juste summariser cette page-là pour ensuite laisser Terry expliquer, puis je vais continuer. Donc, au niveau des revenus de fonctionnement, si on regarde à la ligne 1, au niveau de la réalisation, donc les revenus de l'exercice, 1 099 000 comparativement au budget de 766 000. Donc, il y a quand même une augmentation de pas loin de 400 000. Essentiellement, là, il y a deux ou trois éléments. Premier élément, c'est qu'à chaque année, les baux de villégiature contribuent à hauteur de 200 000. Cette année, en 2024, ils ont contribué pour 400 000 donc une augmentation automatique de 200 000. Puis à ça, c'est venu s'inscrire des subventions du PADF par la MRC d'environ 96 000 si ma mémoire est bonne. Donc, juste ces deux-là, là, ben, on vient d'expliquer quasiment le trois quarts de l'augmentation. Donc, revenu moins dépenses, ça fait que la municipalité termine avec un excédent de 13 298 mais cet excédent-là, on doit y faire une manipulation fiscale. Donc, on vient rajouter l'amortissement, compte tenu que ce n'est pas une dépense, de 112 000. On vient y enlever 76 072. En fait, il y a eu pardon, il y a eu des acquisitions. Donc, il y a eu l'acquisition d'un F-150 puis d'un VTT qui a été acheté par les activités de fonctionnement pour 72 076 Et finalement, le dernier élément à la conciliation, à la ligne 12, excédent accumulé, en fait, c'est le budget. Lorsque le budget a été préparé, on est allé chercher un 122 000 dans les excédents affectés. Donc, tout ça mis ensemble, ça fait que TNO termine avec un excédent de 172 585. Je vais te laisser présenter en anglais, Terry.
Thank you. Yeah. I understand for this, but. So as you can see, by, what's on the board here, we have a budget in the, 766,000. With an actuals of, over $1 million, so $1,099,000 basically. Which, according to Simon's calculations and his words here, said that most of this comes from the leases to the tune of $400,000. So normally it would be a $200,000 amount on an annual basis. This year, for some, 2024 year was $400,000. And then, of course, we go by and remove $13,000 for conciliation fiscal fees, and then add the amortization, basically of $112,000. And then there's some expenses in there as well of about $76,000, which was the purchase of a Ford and F-150 and four-wheeler to the tune of $76,072. Which brings us to our surplus of $172,585.
Well done, Mr. DGA Leclerc.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments? Would you like to continue then, Simon?
Oui, ben, je vais continuer avec pas la prochaine page, l'autre page d'après, sur le page number 3. Dans le fond, ce sont les excédents cumulés. Donc là, on vient de voir qu'on termine avec un surplus de 176 000. Donc, à la ligne 1, on présente les surplus de fonctionnement non affectés. Donc, ce qui reste à la TNO, donc 660 544. Il y a également des surplus affectés, donc le montant qui a été accordé pour le budget de l'exercice suivant, donc le budget 2025, pour 188 249. Et finalement, la dernière ligne, la ligne 13, ben, c'est ce qu'on appelle, nous, c'est l'INAL, donc c'est une conciliation entre les immobilisations corporelles et la dette, mais il n'y a pas de dette, donc c'est la valeur des immobilisations qui représente 2 129 078. Donc, grosso modo, là, ben, TNO a environ là, 840 000 d'excédents accumulés et affectés, non affectés.
Yeah, okay, so as Simon just said, so non-affected surplus of $660,444 with a working what do you call it, surplus, so affected surplus basically $188,249. And so that would give us basically an effective, total surplus of close to $840,000. The 2.129 million at the bottom is not exactly sure how to explain this, mobilisation. So it's, I'm guessing,
Capital assets.
capital assets. Merci beaucoup, monsieur. There we
You're
go.
welcome. Et
Any
finalement,
comments?
la dernière page que je vous présente, c'est vraiment le haut de la prochaine page. En fait, c'est juste pour vous informer, là, on va le voir, endettement total net, juste à la prochaine page, là, la page 4. Le 20 909, en fait, je vous ai dit que TNO n'a pas de dette, mais le 20 909, c'est la quote-part de l'endettement net de la MRC. Donc, la MRC prend sa dette totale et elle la divise entre les 18 municipalités selon un calcul là, qu'elle a déterminé pour sa quote-part. Puis la totale de dette non long terme, elle représente 20 909. Sinon, le restant des tableaux, c'est vraiment les revenus et les dépenses qui sont détaillés.
Yeah, so that last thing he's saying there is that $20,909 is the actual debt of shares that we draw from the TNO. On an annual basis, so divided amongst all municipalities.
Excellent. Donc, moi, ça fait un sommaire de la présentation. C'est sûr que la dernière chose que je viens de vous présenter, je vous l'avais mentionné dès le début, c'est mon rapport de l'auditeur. Donc, en fait, pour TNO, là, c'est le même. Il n'y a pas eu de modification au niveau des normes, il n'y a pas eu de changement. Donc, c'est le même rapport que vous allez voir qui est de l'année passée. Donc, c'est un rapport sans réserve. Donc, ça veut simplement dire que TNO a suivi les normes comptables pour le secteur public, il n'y a pas eu de malversation, il n'y a pas eu de dérogation des normes. Donc, tout a été bien fait.
Okay, very good. Say two.
That's it.
All right, so, although this has said it's being presented for information, we do need a resolution to accept it. That what you just said, Mr. DGA, okay, could I have someone, thank you very much, Counselor, Armstrong had her hand up first, so all those in favor, opposed, and that carries. We go on to our question period and statements about the TNO agenda. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address us? We see no one. We'll go on now to finances. 10.1 accounts paid, and we'll need a resolution. And I believe because, and you're very new to us, that been working very hard. But I believe Mr. PGA Leclerc is going to give this report. Thank you.
The room looks like. I'm standing again, just because you might as well pull up Journal des Chèques. Just to give you a flyby as to what's here, and Jason, tu as eu la chance de te demander tantôt, là. Il y a une dépense en 13 chemin 120 000. Ça, c'est probablement le pavage qui est plus fait pour That's why. Okay, so yeah, so there's, you can see the total there is $140,000, $140,805, thank you. With a few highlights here, the Association des résidents des lacs, c'est quoi? C'est lac Coldren, right? Okay, so it's mostly, road maintenance, paving, stuff like that, so $120,000 as well. And then, some, repairs and whatnot on on one of our trucks, and mostly gas for the rest of that. Go back to the resolution to be there. So, we need a resolution, to pay the bills of $140,805.36.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, moved by Councillor Doris Ranger. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you. Number 11, we will ask Julian Gagnon to speak about the mandate to prepare the TNO Otter Lake Agreement for fire coverage on a portion of the TNO territory. Julian?
Yes, good evening, everyone. So start this subject, we had an unfortunate building fire in August in the TNO. That's the first one in a long time, but it was a total loss just north of Otter Lake, about mileage 31 and maybe a kilometer off the main road, the Pickenock Road. And so the question was raised as to whether we should offer that coverage from the Otter Lake Fire Department, who is willing to give that service, and that is to be confirmed by the Otter Lake municipality of Otter Lake. But this resolution before you tonight is authorized myself to have talks put in place with the municipality of Otter Lake to confirm whether or not they would like to provide a service to the first 10 kilometers roughly into the TNO north of Otter Lake. So many, maybe a kilometer on each side of the Pickenock Road. We would have to draw a map and determine how many buildings that would cover. And then we would have to decide whether or not we need a special tax for that cost in the TNO for those specific residents who would like that fire coverage. Of course, the first step will be to communicate with those landowners, building owners, to see if they would like that service and pay for that service. So this resolution tonight is to authorize myself to discuss all of those items with the residents and the municipality of Alder Lake to come to a decision as to whether or not we would like to sign an intermunicipal agreement for fire coverage in TNO.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions? Okay, could I have someone move this resolution moved by Councillor Francois? All those in favor? Opposed, that carries. Thank you, Julian. Number 12, awarding of the contract for water crossings restoration program, MRC 2025-0909. Jason Durant.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Tout le monde, on va faire un résumé en français, on va donner la résolution en anglais. Donc, dans ce cas ici, c'était une résolution pour l'octroi d'un contrat suite à un appel d'offres pour l'installation de 2 ponceaux au nord de la rapide des Joachim, plus précisément sur le chemin du 10 000, puis au nord du lac Beaumont. Donc, c'était par invitation, puis le gagnant, c'était Timbertech Construction. So in English, I'll read the whole resolution. So considering the call for tenders MRC 2025-0905 regarding the restoration of water crossing on the territory of the TNO of Lac Legault, considering the examination of the tenders received by the analysis committee, considering the complaint received from the lowest bidder, the company Timbertech Construction, it is proposed by and resolved to award the contract for the restoration of water crossing of the to the company Timbertech Construction. So again, in English, these 2 crossings are north of Swisha. One of them is on the 10-mile road, and the other one is just north of Lac Beaumont.
Very good. Any questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much. Could I please have someone move this resolution moved by Councillor Don Daniel? All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Number 13, awarding of contract water crossings restoration program MRC 2025-0905. Jason Durant.
Merci. Donc encore, c'est sur le même principe. C'est un autre appel d'offres par invitation. Celui-ci, c'est un ponceau installé au nord du lac du Mont, sur le chemin de loin. Donc encore, on est allé par invitation. Donc le gagnant encore fut être Timbertech Construction. So again, like same principle of the other one. This was for the call of tender for by invitation for the installation of a culvert north of Lac du Mont. And the winner was Timbertech. We'll read the full resolution. Considering the call for tender MRC 2025-0909 regarding the restoration of water crossings on the territory of the TNO of Lac du Mont. Considering examination of the tenders received by the analysis committee, considering the compliant bid received from the lowest bidder, the company Timbertech Construction, it is proposed by and resolved to award the contract for the restoration of water crossing to the company Timbertech Construction.
Okay, any comments or questions? Could I have someone move this resolution? Moved by Councillor Landon. All those in favor? Opposed?
Merci.
Carries. Excellent job. Thank you so much, Josie. Under miscellaneous, we do not have anything, so we go to the second question period or statements for the TNO agenda. Anyone interested in addressing this? Please seeing none, but I have a resolution for this TNO meeting, moved by Councillor Lynn Cameron. All those in favor? Opposed, and then carries. Thank you. So the TNO meeting is closed. Now we go to the public meeting of September 17th. And we will begin with a resolution to open the meeting. But I have, hi, good for you. You can have a seat over here if you would like. Are you, is your sister with you or she was at all the time? Okay. Thank you. So we will begin again, resolution to open the meeting moved by Mayor Raymond Phelan. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries, and the attendance sheet has gone around. And I have already read the fact that the meeting is being recorded and with YouTube. And also I have made the statement of the use of language of your choice And I have read in the previous meeting the statement by the warden for the declaration of deformity. Could I have a resolution for the reading and adoption of the agenda? Moved by Mayor Ed Walsh. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Number 6, are there any declarations of interest or conflict on this agenda? Seeing none. Number 7, we have a resolution to adopt the minutes of the regular sitting of August 20th, 2025. Moved by Mayor Lucy Pontiac. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Presentations, perfect timing. So, as you know, in the past, the person that has joined us is very familiar to us, and Sandra Armstrong, I'd like to ask you, please, to come up as well, Mayor of Mansfield, which is where I believe you live. Yes. And, you know, in the past, we have known that there are a brother and sister in the Pontiac who have really been very successful, and they brought great acclaim to our Pontiac internationally. So I'd like you to come up, and for the next term of council, I would suggest that it might be a good idea to look at a Pontiac Sport Hall of Fame, because we also have Morris Beauregard's son, who's not able to come tonight, but some baseball players. And we also have a swimmer who has also achieved international things. So I'd like you to give us a little summary of, we haven't seen you for about a year, so what you've achieved.
Yeah, so
And introduce yourself.
yes, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Xavier Signac. I live in Mansfield. I'm 22 years old, and my discipline is Olympic weightlifting. So I've been representing Canada internationally for 5 years now. I have Olympic hopes for the next Olympics. So 2028 is what we're working on right now. But as of my accomplishments, I've been Canadian champion for 5 years. I've also won 2 gold medals at the Pan American Junior Championships.
And just explain where these are.
Yes, so well, Canadian Championship is in Canada. Pan American is North America, South America combined. So I've won 2 golds at this competition. And now my recent years, I've become a senior athlete, which means that I'm no longer a junior. So this is the toughest competition that has to offer, and it's the category that we find at the Olympics. So my most recent performance was a bronze medal at the Senior Pan American Championships. And in 3 weeks, I will be going to Norway for the World Senior Championships, where I will look to improve my placement overall in the world, and hopefully get a spot at the 2028 Olympic Games.
Oh. And in addition to that, Xavier is also in university. If you want to just speak
Yes.
about that.
So I'm currently doing a bachelor in marketing. Once I finish that, I'm going to switch. I'm looking into doing mechanical engineering, so completely different. but yes, it's what that interests me at the moment. I also work part-time at the government, the Ministry of Justice. So I'm pretty busy these days.
And before that, you were at Mansfield Metro.
Yes, Metro.
I guess you don't have time for that right now.
No time for Metro anymore. But yes, I've also worked at Metro for many years. Yes.
And I just wanted to add, maybe some of you know his father. Father's name is.
Sylvain, yeah.
And he is an occupational therapist, is that correct? Yeah. So it's working in Pontiac, and he himself is very muscular.
Yeah.
And then, could you just tell us how Naomi is doing, your sister?
Yeah, so my sister on a similar path. She is still a junior though. She still represents Canada, so we are both very high level in our discipline. And hopefully she can follow my steps and go on further and achieve some great things around the world in our sport, and represent the Pontiac internationally. So it's a dream come true for us, and sky's the limit.
So all of this, he has been financing himself. And I know that you came before us about 2 years ago, and I think we were able to give you a grant. So I mean, in the future, please feel free to apply for this. And we just wish you and your sister all the very best. And I was suggesting that in the next term, perhaps there would be Pontiac Sport Hall of Fame, and well, you certainly qualify for it. So all the very best. You don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting. Just wanted to recognize you and encourage you. And Sandra, would you like to say a few words?
Well, I'm very proud that he's from Mansfield. Shooting stars. So we follow everybody and we all the time. And so for youths like that, it's very, there's a proudness in our municipality, and we wish him luck in this next events.
Thank you very much for asking. All the very best. Okay. Go on to number 9, actually, and is Simon still on his line?
I hope so.
Yes, we hope so. This is the bigger budget.
C'est toujours là.
Not want to have to do it all yourself, but you're doing the summaries very well. Okay, so we're looking at the 2024 MRC audited financial statements by Simon Thibault. Okay, so.
OK. Donc, rebonsoir. En fait, avant de rentrer vraiment dans le vif du sujet, parce que la MRC, c'est un petit peu plus gros que TNO, je souhaite toujours faire une petite introduction pour rappeler qu'en fait, la MRC, elle gère beaucoup d'éléments qui doivent être comptabilisés, mais certains des éléments n'ont aucun impact dans les états financiers. Je vais vous donner des exemples. Tantôt, on a parlé des baux de villégiature. Donc, même si durant l'exercice financier, la MRC termine avec des revenus de au-delà d'1 80 000 $ pour les baux, ben, ces dépenses sont équivalentes. Donc, revenus moins dépenses, il n'y a aucun impact sur les résultats. Quand on pense aux TPI, les terres publiques intermunicipales, c'est la même chose. Donc, les revenus égale les dépenses, aucun impact sur les résultats. Quand on pense aux prêts FLI, FLS, PAU, PME, donc tout ce qui est intérêts qui sont générés, en fait, sont comptabilisés dans un revenu, mais à la conciliation des fins fiscales, on les enlève. Donc, l'impact, zéro dans les états financiers de la MRC. Donc, ce qui va donner un impact vraiment au niveau de l'excédent de l'exercice, c'est vraiment les autres subventions qui sont venues. C'est vraiment des dépenses non budgétées ou des dépenses qui ont un petit peu moindre. Donc maintenant, je vais vraiment commencer pardon, à présenter les revenus, l'état des résultats. Donc, vous avez à la ligne 1 des revenus de fonctionnement pour 11 266 532. Ces revenus-là sont séparés à travers les cotes-parts, à travers les transferts, des autres revenus. Mais essentiellement, comme je mentionnais, tout ce qui est du baux de villégiature, aucun impact, TPI, aucun impact, les intérêts, aucun impact. Quand on pense les fonds FRR, bien souvent, si on a utilisé les subventions du FRR, c'est parce qu'on avait des dépenses équivalentes. Donc, c'est tout ça qui est comptabilisé dans le 11 266 000. Au niveau des revenus d'investissement, le 1 656 566, le gros investissement, en fait, c'est l'abattoir et l'équipement à Charville, qui a représenté environ pour de mémoire, c'est 1,3 million, même un petit peu plus, 1,6 million. Puis la différence, c'est quelques autres petites subventions. Au niveau des charges, 11 306 839. Donc, revenu moins charges, la municipalité termine avec un excédent de 1 616 269. À ça, ben, on doit enlever les revenus d'investissement et faire la conciliation des fins fiscales. Donc, on enlève des revenus d'investissement, donc on a un déficit de 40 307. À ça viennent s'ajouter l'amortissement, parce que ce n'est pas une dépense comptable, c'est juste une dépense comptable, mais ce n'est pas une vraie dépense. 336 166. On vient rajouter le paiement sur la dette à long terme, parce que ça, c'est la vraie dépense de 58 700 $. Ensuite, on a la ligne 11, activité d'investissement pour 81 496. En fait, ce sont les immobilisations corporelles qui ont été achetées par les activités de fonctionnement. Ensuite de ça, à la ligne 12, vous avez excédent accumulé, le 30 076, 65. En fait, ce 30 000-là, il est composé de trois montants. Il y a votre affectation au budget 2024 pour 144 000. Vous avez le montant de l'affectation pour les élections, 20 000. Puis vous avez également l'affectation au niveau des intérêts FLI, FLS, PAU-PME de moins 94 833. Donc, tout ça mis ensemble, ça donnait le 30 000. Et autre élément de conciliation, ligne 13, le 61 618, c'est une provision pour mauvaise créance qui a été pris dans les prêts FLI FLS. Donc, revenu moins dépenses, plus activité de conciliation des fins fiscales, la MRC termine avec un excédent de fonctionnement de l'exercice à des fins fiscales de 247 346. Terry, je te laisse.
Did it so well in English the last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so just off the top, when Simone was speaking, right at the beginning, he was talking about ins and outs, so revenue equals expenses, so it shows on the bilan, but it's really an in and out, so he mentioned code budget, so the lease is 1.8 million, $1.08 million in revenue, but then there's $1.08 million in expenses. Same as the TPI, same as the interest on the FLE, FLS, the phone, stuff like that. So that, you'll see it in there, but it's really an in and out, right? So actual functioning for revenues for the fiscal 24 was $11,266,532, with investments of 1.6 million. And then your basic total is 12.9 million minus expenses or charges, is I guess the best way to say it is 11 million. Gives us an amount of $1.6 million, and then we start deducting functional reconciliation for $40,000. We have to add in capital assets, $36,000. So you can see all the numbers here. Basically, it all comes down to that there's a functional financial fiscal amount that's left over, $247,346.
Thank you. Any
Hey.
comments or questions at this point? No? Okay, continuing.
Oui, à la page suivante, on va retrouver le sommaire de l'information financière. Donc, ce sont vos actifs et vos passifs financiers. Donc, au niveau des actifs, vous avez votre trésorerie équivalent de trésorerie pour 10 205 414. C'est normal que la trésorerie soit élevée. En fait, c'est que la MRC a encaissé beaucoup de subventions qui n'ont pas encore été dépensées dans le cadre des programmes du FRR. Elle a également de l'argent dans les baux de villégiature. Elle a également de l'argent dans les comptes FLI FLS. Donc, tout ça mis ensemble, là, ça donnait le 10 205 000. Au niveau des débiteurs, à la ligne 2, 1 502 155. Essentiellement, là, il est constitué d'environ là, des sommes à recevoir des organismes municipaux pour 518 000 des OSBL pour environ 7 907 et du gouvernement du Québec pour 256 000. Ça, c'est essentiellement les gros montants à recevoir. Ensuite, à la ligne 3, les prêts, c'est ce qu'on a parlé, les FLI, FLS, PAU, PME pour 597 493. La ligne 5, autres, 157 076, c'est votre partenariat avec Connexion Fibre-Picanoc. Connexion Fibre-Picanoc, on n'a pas eu les états financiers au 31 décembre 2024, donc on n'a pas pu apporter les modifications. Puis il y a eu des changements, donc on a laissé les mêmes données que l'année passée. Et en faisant ça, ben, l'année passée, pour ceux qui se rappellent, il y avait une réserve au rapport de l'auditeur indépendant par rapport à Connexion Fibre-Picanoc, mais cette réserve-là a été poursuivie pour 2024. Ensuite de ça, au niveau des passifs, vous avez les créditeurs et les charges à payer pour 1 372 379. Essentiellement, là, vous avez des comptes à payer pour 582 000. Vous avez les comptes à payer des baux de villégiature pour 478 000. Vous avez des salaires à payer pour 266 000 et tous les autres éléments là, pour 46 000. Revenus reportés, c'est toutes vos subventions qui ont été encaissées mais non dépensées pour 7 566 708 $. Vous avez la dette à long terme, 2 684 414, qui inclut également les dettes à long terme des prêts FLI, FLS, PAU, PME. À la ligne 16, vous avez les immobilisations corporelles, donc pour 1 207 813. Et finalement, à la ligne 17, la rubrique haute qui représente des frais payés à l'avance pour 146 903 $. Je te cède la parole, Terry.
Yeah, so if we look at the financial actives in our treasury, basically, and this is mostly grant dollars here, we're looking at about 10.2 million dollars. And then we have some debt, some owed, I guess is the best way to say it, of about 1.5 million dollars. And those we've got 1.5 makes us government and again, it's municipal organizations for about 518,000. OBNLs for 7,900 and we've got government for about 256,000, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to the loans of 497,000 and then fiber connection picking up, which unfortunately we did not receive financial support this year. So basically, as the auditor said, he went and just took the same amounts and transported it from 23 to 24. And hopefully those financials will come in so they can make adjustments as necessary. So that basically brings us to 12.4 million dollars. Then we go to the passives, which are creditors and payments that are owed, so it's 1.3 million dollars, which makes up stuff like don't have any accounts payable is 582,000. There's for both leases 478,000, salaries 266,000, and other being 46,000, and we got that 1.3 million. The revenue reported, so 7.566 is it was revenue, it was grants basically that were given and allotted but not spent. So we've got them set aside for that, and then as well 2.68 million for the fee and bonus and whatnot. So so as well in there we have capital, I think that's capital
Capital assets.
thank you. For some reason I keep forgetting the assets, 6.2 million dollars. Monsieur?
Oui.
Oui.
Donc, on va poursuivre. On va poursuivre à la prochaine page. Donc, l'excédent cumulé. Donc, à la ligne 1, ce que vous voyez, le 1 385 854, ce sont les excédents non affectés. Donc, tous les surplus libres qui s'accumulent. Ensuite de ça, à la ligne, je dois dire 2, mais à la ligne 2.1, en fait, vous avez un montant de 162 309, qui est le montant que vous avez mis dans votre budget de 2025. Vous avez Oiseau Rock et autres. Ce sont des vieux projets qui datent de longtemps, mais ce sont des sommes qui sont toujours affectées pour 1112 et 19 797. Un petit peu plus loin, à la ligne 5, vous avez fonds de roulement. Donc, il y a toujours votre fonds de roulement pour les immobilisations de 25 000 qui est là. Ligne 7, fonds local d'investissement, donc le fameux FLI que je parlais, pour 1 126 122. La ligne 8, fonds local de solidarité, le FLS, pour 136 984. En fait, si j'ai à vous faire une idée, là, la ligne 7, ligne 8, ce sont essentiellement les montants que vous allez retrouver dans la trésorerie, équivalent de trésorerie, pour ces fonds-là. Finalement, ligne 9, fonds réservés aux dépenses liées à la tenue d'une élection, c'est 20 000 qu'on affectait annuellement, donc on est rendu à 60 000 d'affectés. Dépenses constatées à taxer ou à pourvoir, ligne 11, 1 951 107, c'est la valeur de la dette à long terme qui devra être remboursée en 2030 lorsque le gouvernement du Québec va demander qu'on rembourse les prêts FLI et les prêts FLS. Donc ça, c'est ce montant-là, la ligne 11. Et la ligne 13, l'INALT, là, c'est les investissements nets des immobilisations, donc 6 227 282 Je te laisse la parole, Terry.
Okay, let's see. Functional non-affected, dollars we have basically is $1.385 million. And the affected, portion of the budget, which is $162,309 in our 2025 exercise, and then a few other little things, 2.2 and 2.3 there. Of $1,000, and was Rosa Rock, I guess there was some dollars left over from the affected portion, and $19,797 for as well. And we have $25,000 sitting, c'est quoi un compte de roulement en anglais?
The capital funds, I think.
Capital funds account of $25,000, which is, we discussed last week, it's a recurring amount that it can be used for capital purchases. I'm guessing is what Simon said, something to look at for the 2026 budget, I believe. And then we've got FLS dollars in there, which correct me if I'm wrong, Simon, this amount corresponds directly into the treasury amounts as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we've got a $60,000 election budget sitting in there as well. The dépenses, so the expenses, basically for the FLS phone of $1.95 million, which I believe is due in 2030, is what you said,
Yep.
Simon? Yeah, okay. So those are the dollars that would be expected to be reimbursed for using our funds at that point in time.
Excellent. Si on remonte dans le haut de la page, il y a des ratios souvent que quand je vais présenter à des municipalités, on essaie de respecter, je vous dirais, là. Souvent, on va demander à une municipalité de toujours avoir dans son non affecté environ 15% de la valeur de ses revenus. Comme ça, si jamais, durant un exercice, elle a des difficultés financières puis elle doit aller piger dans ses excédents, bon, on demande toujours d'avoir un 15%. Si on regarde ici, là, 1 385 000, si je le divise par les revenus totaux qui sont de 11 266 000, ça nous donne un ratio de 12,29. Donc, le ratio, il est quand même très, très proche d'être un ratio que normalement les municipalités devraient avoir. Donc, c'est juste une petite parenthèse que je viens d'ouvrir.
Just real quick, for those of you that get that, so non-affected dollars of 1.35 million represents about 12.29% ratio of our actual $11 million fund. And the recommendation from the auditors for any municipality MRC is about 15% of that non-affected fund. So we're at 12.29.
Exact. Sinon, pour le restant des autres pages, je ne les passerai pas en revue parce qu'en fait, ce sont les revenus qui sont détaillés et ce sont les dépenses qui sont détaillées, mais on en a fait un sommaire dès le début. Donc, la dernière chose que je voudrais discuter, c'est mon rapport de l'auditeur que j'ai indirectement présenté tantôt, là. En fait, il n'a pas changé depuis l'année passée. Il y a une réserve dans le rapport, mais la réserve concerne uniquement Connexion Picana, compte tenu qu'on n'a pas été en mesure d'obtenir les états financiers en temps opportun. Donc, nous, dans notre jargon, là, on va dire qu'on n'a pas réussi à obtenir les éléments probants et suffisants. Puis quand on n'a pas ça, on doit émettre une réserve dans le rapport. Donc, la réserve a été reconduite pour l'exercice terminé le 31 décembre 2024. Sinon, à l'exception de ça, il n'y a pas eu de malversation. La MRC a respecté les normes comptables pour le secteur public, puis tout a été bien fait.
We're in good shape.
Good résumé.
That's your overall.
That's the overall condition, right?
So, all right. So c'est tout fini? Simon?
Simon, t'es fini?
Moi, j'ai terminé de faire mes présentations. Je voudrais vous remercier pour votre temps. Puis je devrais essayer d'être là l'année prochaine là, si la grippe ne m'a pas gardé au lit.
Are there any comments or questions? Are you ready to take Mr. DGA's conclusion? Good shape.
Always.
Very good shape. Very good, very good. Okay,
Yes.
and so,
Merci,
merci
Merci.
beaucoup,
Bonne soirée.
Simon. Bon travail.
Thank you.
So if this is information, but we'll have a resolution, exactly, so who would like to move this resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Alain Gagnon, all those in favor, opposed, and that's carried. Okay, number 10, Warden's report. Went to a Chapeau Shingro Chichester event, an interview session for a plan to develop tourism with cycling in the Outaouais with other members of the Outaouais. CPO meeting with DGA Lafleur and Gatineau. The HR committee, third meeting of the community partners about a plan for newcomers. Fire services plan meeting in Fort Plunge for Fort Plunge and Mansfield. Had a meeting with Adele Garner from Alunet. Shawville Fair opening and joined Mayors Ed Walsh and Mayor Bill McCleary. And also Mayor Lynn Cameron. The next night was making a presentation at the Shawville Fair and had a chance to ride behind 4 horses. Stayed on the carriage. Amazing results this year, I think we would all agree. I know Ralph Lang's not here, but certainly, I know that means a lot to all of us. And what Ralph Lang told me was that they had 55,000 people in attendance. And, Mayor McCleary, did it represent a 10% increase or something like that? Do you know specifically?
I don't know the exact numbers, they said 55,000.
Yeah, spectators or people in attendance,
What it
yeah.
was previous year.
Yeah, I think it was, his goal was 10%. Anyways, let's just give a round of applause to the stall out there. First of all, just the number of days, the number of volunteers, wow, what an endeavor. So we're very lucky to have that. Then the Environment Committee, the Renewable Energies Committee with Interjects about our solar project, Bryson Lions Club, Teams meeting arranged by MP Sophie Chattel with MP Bruce Fanjoy, and he wanted to learn how we started the Flood Prevention Task Force. And he wanted to also discuss with me how we need a federal plan and Ontario and Quebec have to work together. And so we talked a lot about setting levels at different parts of the river. We talked about the very shallow water right now, probably caused by some drought. And he also talked about the importance of working with the companies that are managing, the dams. I attended a funeral, last meeting for the newcomers plan, welcome fire services presentation at Pontiac West. And I wanted to, I'll announce something at the end. Reunion, I went to Toronto and had a reunion of 45 former Toronto City Councillors. We hadn't seen each other for about 19 years. Still recognize each other. Plenary meeting, phone call with Western Quebec Literacy, had a meeting with Lynn Laverly. The FRR1 Committee of Selection meeting, that's with the wardens, 40th anniversary dinner for SABC and the Felix Gabrielle Marchand Bridge, accompanied by Mayors Sandra Armstrong, Mayor Donnie Gagnon, and Mayor Christine Francoeur. It was a beautiful evening. Would you like to make some comments? Donnie, you're with the SABC.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was quite an event.
Couldn't believe where you were. Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect.
The food was great, the
Oh, yeah.
ambiance was great, decorations, everything was wow.
The venue was the best.
We're sitting in.
Especially because it was in Mansfield. Okay. All right, thank you, and by 8 o'clock the next morning, the bridge was open again, so I guess, Sandra, they needed, permission from the MTQ.
Oh, yes.
As well as the municipality of Mansfield.
To stay in DQ,
Okay,
24 hours in and out.
okay, wonderful, well, it was great. I gave a message at Stark's Corners, Church in Clarendon on Sunday for their 127th anniversary. The Terry Fox Run with Mayor Bill McCleary. And I'm told by Jennifer Melke that they've raised about $8,000. I rode my bike for the 7th time, so congratulations to Jen Melke and Carol Ann Barton and the many volunteers. And other schools, perhaps you could tell me which schools are also doing the Terry Fox event.
The high school in Mansfield,
So as I say, but I think PHS as well
yes.
is tomorrow, okay, and I heard another, maybe an elementary school. But anyways, Terry Fox is alive and well here in the support that, you know, MRC Pontiac's doing, so that's very important. Met with Anisha Crawford, to go into the Pontiac archives. I did my reading with residents at the CAP. Discussion and lunch yesterday with Trans Colin, the board of Trans Colin, and Mark Carrier, who's president of CPO and a former M&A. He's also the warden of Day Colin was here with Pierre Bénard, who is the mayor of Chelsea, and Mayor Sandra Armstrong and Lynn Cameron attended. And other partners like the CISO, Transparaction, Connexion. It was very exciting to unveil or launch our new hub, our new bus shelter, where people can stand, you know, and not be in the rain and be safe, for the new Transpo Demand 910 bus line. And also, we had a ribbon cutting, and there's a possibility that we had a red Royal taxi there. And the owner of that service said he'd like to have a car here in Pontiac that could link to the bus service. So Francis took a very nice picture. This is just a picture of the ribbon cutting. Then we have another group picture with everybody in it. I don't have a copy of it, unfortunately, right now. SADC had at the Ancien Bank in Chapel last night with David Bird, thing on Google for businesses, and went to the Assemblée Générale des Parents, it was for the parents in conference at the core school, addressing the anxiety of children not being heard at home. And I did say to Stefan Bouchard and the vice principal that for next term, I think the mayors would be very interested in hearing more about this. Lastly, the fire services, Julian Gagnon has provided me with, just to announce, we have 3 public meetings. There were lots of questions about, well, when are the public going to be able to attend? So this is for the fire protection plan, is that what you call it? Yes. So we're looking at Wednesday, October 8th, and they'll be confirming, it'll be in the Fort Glen Mansfield location, and it will be en français. Then on Thursday, October 9th, in Salle Saint-Joseph, in Willows Alley-Met, a presentation in English. And then October 23rd, also a Thursday, at the Salle Recreative in Campbell's Bay, a presentation in English. So I'm sure, Julian, how are you going to be publicizing this?
On social media and stuff, we do have a resolution for it on the agenda.
Excellent, perfect, thank you very, very much. I just wanted to include it in the report, thank you. All right, and so now we go to announcements. We'll go around the table, and I'll just start here on my right with Mayor Boyce Dents. Anything to announce?
Yeah, for sure. So, coming up on Tuesday, October 7th at the Heritage Community Center, there'll be a presentation by CISO for people who want to learn about the health network and all that they have to offer. So it would be great for people who need care home services, things like that. Also, in the month of September here, Saturday, September 27th, 2025, presented by West Pontiac Connects, there will be a fall fun fair at the farmers market. We're getting prizes, crafts, stage painting, and all that good stuff to come and help support the farmers market. And dinner, yes, and then on Sunday, September 21st, at 12 p.m. until 6 p.m. there will be a St. Alphonsus Parish Supper. It's going to be at the Heritage Community Center, and $25 per adult and more for children. What's really cool about this is that we want to take out, so if people can't stay for a chat and they just want the meal and support, they can they'll have takeout there. So I think that's about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Mayor Lavrier.
Always so far quite quiet in the area.
Actually, I would like to give credit to Mayor Lavrier. She didn't know I was going to say this, but you know, there's been lots of discussion in the past about raves in the Pontiac, and Mayor Lavrier took it upon herself to do a lot of work. And as a result of that, through your discussion with the SQ and other exterior advisors, you had a very successful time in that there were no complaints from the residents. Would you just like to?
Everything went well. And,
I can't remember the date of that, but it was
Sometimes it's.
and that was what you were.
yeah, that's what one of my concerns was that, but no,
Labor Day
everything.
weekend.
Yes, spoke with the organizers, things went well.
Very good.
And positive.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations. Mayor Ellen Gagnon.
Nothing specific to announce for Bryson, but I'd like to take the opportunity to congratulate the cooperation we had with all my colleagues here. And the ones that are not running, well, enjoy your time off. The ones that are running, well, good luck and keep up the good work. Mais j'aimerais souligner le support de tous nos employés ici à la MRC, de la direction générale à tous les départements.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Well said. Thank you. Let's, about the employees, I think are right spot. Thank you. Mayor Quill.
Yeah, the 150th committee is holding a fundraising event this Saturday night at 7 o'clock at the Otter Lake RA. They're having the Yuck Yucks Comedy Club, sending, I think, 3 comedians up for the evening, so it's a fun night, and to help out the committee.
Very good. Thank you very much. Mayor Rima.
Yeah, the Pontiac Legion Branch 162 are having the open mic party Saturday, September 20th at 1 p.m. It's gonna be Irish style music, be some stew served, and lots of beer available. So come support your local Legion.
Thank you. You're a member, aren't you, Mayor?
Yes.
Good for you. Thank you. Mayor Pontiac.
Ross is very quiet right now.
Very quiet right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
It won't be, moose hunting's coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting Saturday.
Starting Saturday. Mayor Bill McCleary.
We're having our public meeting for our arena study tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the RA Hall. They're currently starting to make the ice and we're shooting for October 6th or 7th to have that ready. There's the bingo that the Ag Society puts on first Wednesday of every month in the ladies' hall. There's a ladies' night, as a fundraiser for the arena Friday night in the ladies' hall. That should be enough. I'll keep it busy till November.
Okay. Thank you very much. Pro Board Sandra Armstrong.
Shoot plonge on September 27, donc septembre 27, Festival du Bûcheron, Lumberjack Day Festival at Shoot Plonge, and that would be the 27th. I'm mixing French and English. Also, Christine will say about a comedian coming for Shoot Plonge also. But there'll be a matched Halloween au patron, so patron, there's already a Halloween walk for the kids at the October the 25th from 10 to 13. Donc, le match Halloween au patron, donc il y a beaucoup de commerces qui se rendent pour donner les petits sacs préparés pour les enfants, le 25 octobre de 10h à 1h.
Okay.
And with the shoots plunge, there's also a comedian that will be here on September 26th at 7 o'clock. It's at the Cinema Lynn. So if anybody is interested, you can contact Blanche to get some tickets. Also, we have fundraisers. We have 2 fundraisers in for Plunge. On September 27th, there's a fundraiser for La Tourelle. It's going to be at the Parish Hall. It's a craft fair and craft sale from 10 to 3. And on October 18th at the arena, au Centre des Affaires Century 21, Boots, Bites and Besties. It's country music, line dancing with, also they're gonna have barbecue bites. It's $25 to attend. And it's a fundraiser for the arena.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Doris. And so Mayor Odak Odak.
Well, Elaine kind of took my words, but
Go ahead and say them again.
okay, well, I came into this politics not knowing what to do. Spent the first 6 months getting lost once or twice in every town because of COVID, remember there was.
Yes.
Anyway, my first MRC meeting, $5,000 worth of damage to my vehicle because in Bryson. So it didn't start out real good, but everybody helped me. Explain things to me. Some people are not at the table that started out. And I don't know if I'll be here next year. No matter what, there'll be other people not here. But I really wanted to, the employees of the MRC are the best. There's nobody compared to them. You never get, I'm too busy for that, or it's not my job. They go out of their way to help, always, over and above. And I cannot say enough nice things about, I have not met one employee that I thought, no, nice. Thank you for helping me all the time.
Let's have our employees that are here stand up. That was wonderful, Lee. Thank you very much.
Did I say better than Ollie? Joking. I do that when I'm embarrassed.
No, but that's a very important thing that needs to be said, so thank you very much. Mayor acting from mayor, Cindy Sweeney.
Hard act to follow.
Thank you.
So in Aileen and Haywood, as usual, every Saturday from 9 till 1, we have the thrift store in the basement of Bethany Hall. October 11th is the community Thanksgiving dinner, again at Bethany Hall from 4 till 7. Funds raised at this dinner go to the maintenance and monthly bills of the Bethany Hall. The library has put together a local artisan space where we are showcasing and selling goods and crafts made by our community members. So if there's anyone listening from the community and you would like to showcase your items there, please contact Sheila and Mo. And if anyone is passing through Aileen and Haywood, we would appreciate the pop in and any support that you can show. And to Mir or to after Odie, thank you to everyone for your warm welcome in my short time here. Maybe we will see each other again, maybe we won't. Special thank you to the staff for helping me and being so kind and explaining things as I was quite new and hit the ground running, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Ed Walsh.
Not a lot of events going on in Clarence right now, but it's a busy time of the year with the farmers are all in crop mode, so we're out and driving about. Be patient. There's a lot of big equipment out on the roads and stuff like that, so keep an extra eye there and follow up on the ladies here in Alain as well. Like the last 4 years has been it's been a learning experience, but over the 4 years you've had arguments, we've had laughter, we've had good discussions, but some of us aren't here after November or whatever. I think we'll still have friendships that we can still have outside of here. And again, thanks you to all the staff. They've always didn't matter to us, to them, or to ourselves asking the questions. We thought it might be stupid, but they were always willing to get us an answer. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Mayor Rantor.
Well, no announcements this month, but I'd just like to echo what everybody else is saying. It's been a privilege working with everybody, staff, mayors. Been good the last 4 years. Thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. Mayor Jean-Louis Corriveau.
Yeah, nothing on yelling, but the same thing about the other guy, the other mayor, so I was happy to work here and to know all the mayor and all the persons working here, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Mayor Doris Strongshade.
Do have something.
Oh, you hardly wrote something.
The Sheboro Recreation Association is having a fundraiser country square dance at the parish hall at 59 Sheboro, or the only hall, so you can't miss it. With music by Gail Gavin, Gary Lynn Mahusky, Sheriff Fitzpatrick, with caller Eldon Ostrom, excuse me, I'm saying it right, Ostrom. Sunday, October 19, 2025, 2 p.m. to 6, with a light lunch served at 5 p.m. Cash bar, we don't take debits. Tickets are $15. And if you need to get any information, probably tickets are at the door, but you can contact Jean Gleason at 613-639-1100.
Thank you very much.
I as well would like to thank everybody. It's been another learning 4 years. And I can't thank the staff enough. They're very kind and helpful.
Marilyn Cameron. We have nothing this month, but I'd also like to add and say that this is my 4th term. But this term has really shown me the work that the employees do. I don't know why this term sticks out most, but people have no idea how hard they work. And they should be commended. I think the number of projects, the amount of progress, and just keeping up with just all the municipal requests and everything else. Yes. Thank you very much. Mayor Don Daniel.
Yes, September 26th, 7 p.m., 50-50 draw at George's Bar. Hopefully some lucky winner, $5,000. Also, same sentiment as the rest of the mayors. The staff, very helpful, and a pleasure working with everybody. And for 4 years went by, I find it go by fast.
I know.
That's because we're getting old.
Yeah, that's it. Mayor Karen Kelly, is there anything that you would like to say? Yes. Okay, no problem. We can come back. All right, very good. So.
Can I make another comment?
Yes.
I think Donnie missed. We'd like to congratulate Odie Kada, who purchased tickets right from the very beginning. And her son.
For the winner,
Her
yeah.
son was the winner of the 5,000 last month.
Oh, wow.
Can you hear me now?
Great job on the track, new tires.
Thank you all.
That's wonderful.
Thank you to everyone who supports us.
Yeah, thank you.
I haven't won twice yet, though. We won't mention any names.
Okay, so our audience have been very patient waiting. We now have question period and statements. If anyone would like to address us, please put up the hands. Thank you very much. Go up to the podium, please.
I was wondering if there would be copies of the audited statement that you would be accepted, are they available to the public?
Yeah, yes.
Would you have copies tonight, perhaps?
No, I don't have copies that can be attested and then posted to the government first, and then we'll have copies.
Okay, because it's very difficult to.
We'll make a note to send them to you.
Okay, and on that, the last time I was here, you were talking about the fire plan, you had said that there was a copy of a report that had actually happened, that had been done by Julie and Daniel, and that had identified cost savings in the fire department. I had asked if that report was available, but I gather it isn't.
I think it will, the best recommendation would be to go to the public, one of the 3 public meetings. And at that, the entire presentation is on the screen in slides. And I think you'll also be given a paper copy.
Okay, but at the last meeting, I believe Terry said that yes, I could have a copy of it, so is that a retraction from the last meeting? You started on it and said, yeah. Is there an actual report right now?
The same report, that came from the committee, right? Jillian has gone to the, municipalities with those presentations and then the finally explain what will happen.
Yeah, as of right now, there's a presentation that exists and a brief kind of synopsis of the actual presentation itself. That can be shared, but otherwise, there is no physical, 10-page report by any means. There will be handouts given, which will be that document at the public consultations on the 3 weeks.
Thank you, because I clarified that at Charlotte Council. So in fact, the statement that you made, Warden Collar, that said that there was an over $1 million savings.
7.7 million.
Yeah, okay, but where did that come from?
From the, presentation we saw
By who?
by Julian Gamble.
Okay,
Yeah,
but we're not allowed to have a copy of that.
I think,
The public document, you said no.
yeah, that's what I said. Yes, at the public consultation, you'll have a copy. It's
Like,
several pages.
Can't have it now, you didn't see no problem last week, or last month.
No.
No?
Well, no one else is asking for one, and, so I think all the public are just happy that we're holding these public consultation meetings. The mayors around this table felt it was very important to do it before the term finished. So that's why they've been scheduled, as closely together as they are.
Okay, I will withhold some of the comments that happened at the Charlotte Council. The other thing I'm wondering is, the auditor last year, we came in person and addressed your council and spoke about the shortfall you were having in the reserves. I understand from this report that there is again still a shortfall. I believe last year there was an undertaking that you would address that concern. So what happened that you aren't within the 15% is sort of a minimum, you're at 12 point something now. What happened that it didn't get addressed and go higher?
Do you have an answer to that?
The target is 15%.
And we're
at 12.29%, according to him, is healthy. I don't mean making up a shortfall.
Last year was a more of a deficit than that. Well, there had been some ground made, but the goal that was set by school is not.
Go ahead, Mayor Spence.
So, the auditor, this auditor works with many municipalities, many MRCs, gives a recommendation that in case that there's something, financially bad that happens, he recommends a 15% of the revenues that come in to keep it. So those revenues could fluctuate, depending on also various things, according to grants. So if we took that number and we didn't get as many grants, that number possibly could have been higher as well. But all in all, the 12.9% getting, like you mentioned before.
You use the same auditor as the last year?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, thank you, that's my question.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to address us? Any comments or questions or statements? We will have a second, motion period. Thank you. So we'll go to general administration, and I will turn to DGA Terry LaFleur for 13.1 agreements, MRC local municipalities, election of the warden by universal suffrage.
So this is a resolution to rescind resolution 2025-0807 and proposed MOU agreement concerning the procedures for the election of the warden by universal suffrage. And it is also proposed and resolved by the Council of Mayors
to mandate the MRC's returning officer, presidential election, to take the necessary steps to reach the agreement with the returning officer of each local municipality in accordance with the laws in force and the directives and recommendations of elections.
Right, and you need to mention at this point that you'll be meeting with the DGs.
I'm meeting with all the DGs tomorrow. We have a meeting here at 9 a.m. I believe.
Perfect, great. So, any comments or questions? Otherwise, could we have someone with the resolution moved by Mayor Donahue? All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 13.2, sale for taxes, first of all in Bristol, a resolution, DGA Terry Leclerc.
Donc, il est proposé pour d'autoriser le représentant de MRC de Pontiac, M. Lafleur, DGA, de signer le contrat préparé pour Maître Amélie Boutin-Renault, notaire. And this is for the sale of a movable designated as lot 5,801,233 in the cadastre of the first floor. And it is also authorized to authorize Mayor Leclerc, sorry, not Mayor Leclerc, Mr. Leclerc, the delegation of signature in favor of Mike the Camille to the open notary in order to intervene the deed itself and sign it in the name of Mr.
Could I have someone move the resolution, please? Moved by Mayor Brent Orr. All those in favor, opposed, and that carries. 13.3, sale for taxes, Building Grove County.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly the same resolution as the last one, except that it's been as lot 3,351,353 in the cadastre registration of interconnect can be met. So for me to be able to sign and then delegate signature in favor of Mike Kendall to intervene in that.
Okay, very good. Any comments or questions? Moved by Mayor Jean-Louis Corriveau. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 13.4, sale for taxes, Willows Alumet.
Yeah, this one's just a little bit different, but the same. So this is for sale for taxes and it was Alumet. To give myself authorization, Representative DGA Leclerc and or Warden Toller to sign a contract prepared by Mike Ramirez Allery for the removal designated as 4,786,272 in the registration division of the website.
Okay, thanks very much. Any comments or questions? Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Lucy Rebate. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Before we go to committee reports, I'm Karen Kelly. Mayor Kelly, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mayor Kelly?
Where that hearing.
Oh, then, are you muted right now? No? Just talking. Okay, can't hear you. Is your volume up on your laptop? Just wanted to give you a chance to speak about, I know you've got Oktoberfest coming up, any events in Thorn? Okay, we're gonna work on the connection. Unfortunately, we can't hear you, but we're gonna work on this and we hope to give you a chance to speak. Sorry about that. Go ahead to committee reports. 14.1, the Renewable Energy Committee. Alan Daniel for 14.1.1, which actually will be read by DG Terry Leclerc. Any comments about Renewable Energy Committee?
Oui, ben là-dessus, je vais peut-être faire une petite récapitulation. On September 3rd, we had a meeting of the committee, and the next two resolution comes from that meeting. The first one is to go ahead with la déclaration de compétence. And in that meeting, we were informed by the Interjex company that we're working with that they deposited two
Projects.
projects, yeah, from Hydro-Quebec for solar energy. And they were both rejected because they're saying that the distribution lines can't handle the power going into the system. But that Interjex company submitted 10 projects and 9 were rejected in the province for that same reason. So it seems that the distribution system is pretty weak. Can't handle any more power we want to put in. We don't know yet where the project, the only one that was accepted where it is in the province, but I guess we will know when we leave.
And I think that the committee, based on our location with sun, we felt that this was not good enough, and so the resolution is.
Well, Terry will read it, but basically we want to know from Hydro-Quebec what is the state of the line, what needs to be replaced, repaired, how much it's gonna cost, what's the agenda. We want to push it to get it, who can be first.
Exactly. We were being called to pioneer,
Yeah.
and we've worked on it for over a year. Perfect. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, and Danielle, and will you go ahead, please, and read the resolution?
Yeah. I'm going to read it out, that's okay.
Yes.
It's a very important resolution.
It is.
So this is the MRC Pontiac wishes to declare its jurisdiction over electricity generated from a renewable energy source. Whereas the Pontiac MRC wishes to participate in projects for the production of electricity from a renewable energy source with a view to general development. Whereas under section 678.0.1 of the municipal code of regional county municipality may declare jurisdiction with respect to the local municipalities whose territory is included within its boundaries in relation to all or parts of a field under which those municipalities have jurisdiction. Whereas by resolution, namely the resolution bearing number CM 2025-05-08, after the resolution of intent, the MRC Pontiac stated its intention to declare jurisdiction with respect to the jurisdiction of the local municipalities to participate in an enterprise that produces electricity from a renewable energy source, their relevant jurisdiction. Whereas under section 10 and 678.0.2 of the municipal code, back 90 days after the notification of the resolution of intent in local municipalities, the council of the regional county municipality may declare its jurisdiction with respect to the local municipalities that have not exercised their right to a withdrawal. Whereas the FQM has provided the definition of a renewable source, which is a renewable energy source is energy derived from an inexhaustible natural phenomenon whose resource is not destroyed when used and or has the capacity to renew itself naturally at a rate equal to or greater than the rate at which it is consumed. Examples of such resources include the sun, wind, water, and the earth's heat. Whereas municipalities of Wayland, Haywood, Bristol, and Clarendon have exercised their right to withdrawal, it is resolved that the preamble forms the favorable part of this resolution. The Pontiac MRC declare its jurisdiction with respect to the relevant jurisdiction for each of the following local municipalities: Bryson, Campbell's Bay, Chichester, Port Blanche, Île-du-Grand-Calumet, L'Île-aux-Allumettes, Litchfield, Mansfield-des-Pontefract, Otter Lake, Portage Spa, Arabie-des-Joachins, Shawville, Sheenborough, Thorn, and Walmer.
Okay, thank you very much. Who'd like to move this resolution? Marilyn Gagnon, all those in favor? Opposed? And this needs to be reported as unanimous. It's really important. Thank you very much. 14.1.2, now Ms. Sabrina Harris' name is on this, but we'll just let Terry finish this, and then we know that you have quite a few items, so that's great, Sabrina, thank you. 14.1.2, project solar necessary work on distribution lines. Same thing.
Thank you, Ward Scholar. This is another resolution. Yeah, so this goes to the second point that Mayor Gagnon was talking about, the fact that their distribution line is not being
able to receive any extra power. So I'll just read this little paragraph here. Solar developers have until October to submit requests for technical guidance to Hydro-Quebec with site selections. This procedure included Hydro-Quebec call for tenders for projects throughout Quebec. The developer submitted 2 requests concerning 2 potential projects in the MRC territory, and Hydro-Quebec refused both requests. Since the distribution lines cannot handle megawatts due to the need of upgrading the lines. So Hydro-Quebec is unable to give a date of the work and it's refused the projects that need to be in place and functioning by 2029. So this is part of the preamble here. The resolution itself, whereas solar developers have until October 2025 to submit a request, whereas the solar developers have to request, or I'm reading all this over again, I apologize, whereas the developers submitted another project proposal to the MPQ is awaiting a response from Hydro-Quebec, whereas the developer and the MEE are ready to support the MRC in the request to Hydro-Quebec, whereas the lack of upgrading not only creates poor distribution of electricity to the citizens, but it is also hindering economic development in our region. It is proposed by and resolved that the MRC Pontiac contact Hydro-Quebec and request that a timeline be given for the update of distribution line and give complete details concerning the 2 project reviews.
Excellent, thank you. And this also addresses the fact that we think our modernization waiting till it's commissioned in 2031, that Americans, is way too long to wait. So I'm looking forward to the response. Yes.
Can we add, contacting Hydro-Quebec is fine, but, putting the government, the MEE
Yeah.
in CC.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were.
From,
Because they're supporting us.
well, from Francois
Mr.
Legault
Mandate.
to,
I think it should go to the premier
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
as Frechette, who I think is the replacement for Fitzgibbon from Freck. Check. So all related, yes. Ministers, thank you very much. And on report, Jenny. Yes. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Mayor Daniel. Yes, resolution. Who would like to move this? Yeah, Mayor Alan Daniel. All those in favor? Opposed? And we will report that as unanimous. Finances, 15.1 financial report, and I guess it's going to be DGA area clerk.
No, okay, so financial, fantastic, we have paid bills this month. So we go to, the monthly checks. Hold on. Yes, please. So I understand, normally, you guys, have access to this in the system, and I believe we used to print off copies of these days, free bills as well, so. We'll do better, I promise. That's
It really makes a big difference.
So, so just a few, you know, just a few things to point out here. You know, some payments, I see $25,000 for this about Grayson. This is for money, if I'm not mistaken. For a project that was finalized, so there was a SHQ 34,000, so these things are, you know, finally moving along. There are MRC Pontiac task alien with $120,000. That's for obviously bus services and whatnot, so. But as you can see, Wildwood Nature Escape, B&M Custom Metal, so this is all JUTL projects that are getting paid and money being dispersed, right? And so if we go to, the some other there, the shape look,
That wasn't nice. That was a train, that would all turn big one. And the back.
Don't have a seat one. Hope they're right. So these are just payables that are done pretty much
on a monthly basis, right? Metals, in out, stuff like, so, they got that set out, they got things in there. To the tune of, let me see here, we need to pay. So to do the resolve, the council of mayors of Pontiac authorized a list of accounts payable for $100,866.51. And the list of monthly payments in the amount of $300,353.53. As well, we need to pay the travel and business expenses of the elected officials for the month of August for $1,570.
Okay, any comments or questions? Have someone move the resolution? Moved by Mayor Christine Bunker. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you very much. And now we go to 15.2, the Amfront RVA. Resolution, and this is the loan renewal for 2025, partially with renovation.
Yep. So this is a loan renewal. So basically what happens is the MASH, we give authorization to MASH to go out and get the best rate for our long-term loan of $554,000 here, which dates back to 2015. I believe the resolution was 2015. As well, the term comes due October 23rd, 2025. This is why we're doing the resolution today. For this, but at the same time, that the borrowing bylaw referred to in the first paragraph, 2015, will make the changes as well. The notes shall be dated October 23rd, 2025. Interest shall be payable semi-annually on 23rd of April, 23rd of October of each year. The notes shall be signed by the board and the clerk treasurer. And the notes in respect to principal shall be repaid and follows, and you can see the terms there. And that's another 5-year term. So, resolution.
Thank you. Would like to move this, moved by Mayor Colleen Riviere. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Now we go to management of territory. The sale of a recreational lease. Jason?
Sorry.
I'm rushing things, excuse me. Anyone's finding it a little warm in here.
Yeah.
So they got the heat on and we put up on the window if anyone would like. Get the heat on. Ed, you feel a little warm?
Well, I think it's just perfect. This is the first time in 4 years we have the right temperature.
We won't change it. 15.3, and this is the Visa Desjardins account management regarding the clerk.
Yeah, this is just a resolution to appoint Andrea to the Desjardins management account, basically that she could approve or track the visas to the MRC and discuss with them. Do all that fun.
Okay, very good. Any comments or questions? By Mayor Raymond Pilon. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Now we go to management territory. Duran. First, 16.1, the sale of a recreational lease. Resolution.
Yes, hello, good evening again, everyone. So I'm gonna go with the same formula as P&O. Or explain it in French and read the official resolution. Donc, dans ce cas-ci, c'est pour la vente d'un live vigature dans le fond du vacuum. Encore, c'est des critères très précis là, qui doivent être rencontrés pour être capable de faire cette transaction-là. Donc, dans ce cas-ci, il va y avoir un achat d'un bail, va devenir un terrain privé pour l'actif. Just to vulgarize, in other words, it's going to be a resort lease that's going to be a private property near that gym. So again, like I said, the criteria are pretty, how can I say, they're very precise. And in this case, so everything was in conformity to be able to do this transaction. So whereas the MRC Pontiac with resolution number ABM 2014-0803, agreeing with the delegation agreement for the management of lots on Crown Land and of the accepting of all terms, commitments, obligation, and needs. Whereas the lease purchase request is in conformity with the bylaw on sales, lease, and renting of immovable rights of lots on Crown land. Whereas the sale of the said lease complies with the guidelines and planning regulations of the municipality of Mansfield and Pontiac. It was moved by and resolved to recommend to the Council of Mayors to proceed with the sale of a plot measuring 3,540 square meters as identified in the aforementioned record and according to the guidelines provided by the ministry.
Excellent, thank you. Any comments or questions? Someone like to move the resolution? Mayor Vantor, all those in favor? Opposed and carries, thank you. 16.2, renewal of the service contract of the TABGIR PADF coordinator.
Oui, donc encore le contrat de notre coordonnateur pour la TABGIR, là, qui pour l'Outaouais, mais qui est les MRC Pontiac qui a demandé de gérer la TABGIR. Le contrat il arrive à échéance pour le coordonnateur qui est M. Châtelet. Donc encore, c'est l'argent du PADF qui est réservé pour la gestion de la TABGIR qui viendrait payer son salaire dans le fond. Donc, il accepte le mandat, donc ça serait juste logique de continuer avec les services de M. Châtelet pour une autre année pour gérer la TABGIR, coordonner la TABGIR en passant de leur petit, faire un excellent travail. So this is actually the service contract of the current TABGIR coordinator, Mr. Châtelet, will expire at the end of September 2025. This being said, in order to fill this position for the maintenance of the proper functioning of the TABGIR, as well as to administer several tasks related to the PADF, the MRC Pontiac wishes to grant a new contract to Mr. Châtelet, who has moreover accepted the continuation of his mandate.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions? I have someone move the resolution, moved by Mayor Ed Walsh. All those in favor? Opposed and carries. Go on to 16.3, forest management work, timber harvesting on the TPI. Jason Durant.
Oui, enfin, donc, si les marchés le permettent, au niveau des bois, des essences retrouvées sur cette parcelle-là, on ira peut-être de l'avant avec une autre coupe forestière là, sur une petite parcelle là, dans le coin du Mont-Durand au Bois-Franc. En haut, pas trop sur le chemin du Bois-Franc, pas trop haut, là, dans l'environ du lac Lafrenière. Donc, comme je dis, c'est conditionnel, c'est marché, mais comme je dis, c'est un secteur qui a de jeu d'investissement, il est martelé, tout ça. Donc, dans le fond, ça serait d'avoir une résolution pour qu'elle donne un contrat au groupement forestier du Pontiac, considérant qu'il est le seul à avoir une certification forestière pour gérer la coupe, mais comme je dis, il pourrait avoir peut-être une sous-traitance d'un entrepreneur lorsqu'on en sort de davantage pour les conditions, de comprendre qu'il n'y aura pas de conseil au prochain mois, donc c'est juste pour être capable de lancer le processus. So the MRC Pontiac wishes to award a contract for the sale of standing timber according to measurements for the Bois-Franc sector. Like I said, that's on Jim's Lake Road at the beginning there near La Prenière sector of the lake. The sector of intervention is included in our B2 operational integrated forest management plan for the intermunicipal public territory, or TPR. Again, if I can read, you want me to read the old?
Yes.
Yes, okay, no problem. Whereas the MRC Pontiac has signed with the Ministry of Forests, while in parts an agreement for the territorial management of the intermunicipal public territory of Pontiac. Whereas under the land management agreement, the MRC has been delegated forest management powers and responsibilities to sustainable development of forest land act. Whereas the MRC undertakes to carry out the activities planned in the annual program in accordance with the laws and regulations in force. Whereas the government of Saskatchewan is the only company based in the Pontiac region to hold SEAF forest certification, allowing it to operate on intra-municipal public lands. Whereas the government of Saskatchewan is interested in offering an amount per cubic meters for the Bois-Franc sector, which would make it possible to recover the funds already invested in the sector in question. It was moved by and resolved to award the contract with the government of Pontiac for the sale of stumpage according to measurements for the Bois-Franc.
Okay, thank you very much. I have someone, any comments or questions? Have someone move the resolution?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Donc, il va y avoir une coupe à bois, de bois le bois sans roue.
Ben, c'est ça, c'est conditionnellement ce qu'on a des marchés développés. Comme tu veux, l'année passée, on a pu envoyer le bois à Evolis, qui est comme une filière Rio Tinto qui était au site de l'ancien Fortress à Tursault. Donc, si on a un équivalent, ben, on pourrait aller d'avant avec la coupe. Mais si on n'a pas de marché, malheureusement, on n'ira pas payer à perte que le gros des bois, on n'a pas de preneur pour. Donc, c'est vraiment conditionnel. En ce moment, là qu'on se parle, on n'a rien réglé.
Okay. Okay, would you like to move this resolution? No, okay, someone else move this resolution, please? Moved by Marilyn Gagnon, all those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so we will report, the warden, Armstrong as opposed. We're going to seven. Thank you very much. That's everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well. 16.4, yes, project description for Pontiac funding, MRC Pontiac Land Use and Development Plan. Go ahead, Jason Durham.
Oui, donc encore ici, c'est un peu faire suite à une résolution. On avait signé un protocole d'entente avec le MAMACH pour recevoir une subvention d'à peu près 205 000 pour l'intégration des OGAP, les orientations gouvernementales, dans notre schéma d'aménagement. Donc là, ce que le MAMACH désirait avoir, c'est un peu un petit plan de match, une ventilation de cet argent-là, ou dans le fond, comment on va la dépenser. Donc, on a justement ce petit document-là qui explique les grandes lignes d'où on va dépenser l'argent pour l'intégration, pour dépenser cet argent-là. Donc, ça nous prend une résolution pour ça. Just to put in context, the MAMACH is offering a grant up to $207,000 to support the integration of the orientation governmental, des orientations gouvernementales en aménagement territorial, the OGATs, into our land use and development plan. To qualify for the funding, we need to submit a project description along with a council approved resolution that supports the project. Both documents are required to access the grant. So in other words, this is just a description of how we're going to spend the money.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Is that timeline correct though? It says the 19th, which is Friday. It's gotta be in like.
Yeah, that's it. That's actually an extension.
Okay.
An extension. Just by the way, I just wanted to again say, like I said in plenary, I'd like to congratulate and thank all the mayors for their term they did. Again, I know it's not always an easy task, far from it. A lot of things that are not necessarily considered by the citizens. There's a lot of work that's done by behind and a lot of time consuming. And again, I'd like to congratulate you and thank you.
Thank you, Jason. That's very kind. Very nice. Go ahead.
I would do the
Our warden.
resolution.
Are you moving it?
Yeah.
Yes. All those moved by Warden, Sandra Armstrong, all those in favor, opposed, and that carries. Very good. Economic development, Sabrina Ayers, join to come up here. We've got quite a number of items. Thank you very much for being here. 17.1.1, very possible for the SSA in Nancy. Go ahead.
For the request for a donation of $200 to go in the housing and SDL zone, for the return.
Yeah, and
September 20th.
yeah, and I know many mayors will be going to FQM and we would like to participate. They asked us, so that's great. So $200, who would like to move this? Moved by Warden Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed and carried. 17.1.2. The Chapeau Farmers Market Christmas Market.
With another donation request for $200. This one's for the Chapeau Agricultural Society. And their target's gonna be on November 15th.
Very good. Thank you. Would like to move this? Moved by Mayor Corrigan. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. 17.2. Pontiac MRC Immigration Action Plan, Community Support Program, EAP, Resolution, Sabrina.
Okay, so, since September 24th, we used the resolution to get the process started, so now we have the action plan presented to you. And this is to support newcomers and to the employees. So the resolution. Les organismes municipaux sont mis des plans intervenants la rétablissement, l'intégration des plans participation des personnes immigrants et en tant qu'institution démocratique les plus proches des citoyens et citoyennes, ils ont la capacité de mettre en œuvre des actions visant à créer un milieu de vie contribuant à un établissement durable et harmonieux des personnes immigrantes et de minorités ethno-culturelles dans les collectivités. Considérant que nous devons renforcer nos caractéristiques de collectivité accueillante et inclusive, considérant que bien que nous constations une hausse de la diversité ethno-culturelle sur nos territoires, la MRC est aux prises avec différents enjeux, dont le besoin de main-d'œuvre. Considérant que le nombre de nombreuses rencontres citoyennes et partenaires ont eu lieu en 2025 pour aider à construire le plan d'action de manière collective. Considérant que le Conseil des maires doit adopter un plan pour la MRC, puis l'envoyer au MIPI pour approbation avec rapport final. Considérant que la MRC de Pontiac pourrait ensuite solliciter des fonds fragmentés volontaires pour la mise en œuvre du plan. Il est proposé qu'on approuve ce plan d'action en immigration de la MRC de Pontiac.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments or questions? Yes, go ahead, Mayor Quayle.
Yeah, I have a few comments to make on the action plan. First, I'd like to recognize the amount of work that went into this development of this plan, and certainly by Rachel and the team and the various stakeholder groups that were involved in developing it from the beginning. And I think, it highlights three key requirements for immigrants to encourage immigrants to the Pontiac and their employment opportunities. One, access to housing and then adequate transportation. So those are really big issues to confront. And realistically, the plan can nip away kind of the edges without really dealing with the core of the matter. So we have to recognize that. I also found it curious in reading it that immigrants are defined as those who not only come from other countries to Canada to settle, but also those who are coming to the Pontiac from other provinces, interregional. So I find it a little curious that it's defined that way, because the needs will be much different. And then I do have a couple of questions, and one is about the MRC's commitment to that are laid out in the plan. And some will have costs associated with them. There are no costs here in the plan, of course, but I'm wondering, will this be funded out of the PAC-MIFI stream of funding, or will it also rely on MRC's budget? I'd like to know that. And my next question is it has to do with the timeline for our decision. I'm feeling a bit rushed, like they kind of rushed this through. I'm not sure do we have a deadline to submit this? And how hard and fast is it? Because we only got the plan at plenary last week and we hadn't read it beforehand. So we didn't have a fulsome discussion of it. And I certainly didn't have the opportunity to talk to council in Otter Lake about it as well. So I'm wondering if we can defer a decision until November.
Finished your questions? Okay. So to begin with, this is just an initial plan. We would then go to a phase 2. It is not up to the MRC to be doing anything. We're not going to recruit, and the word has been changed. It's not immigrants, it's newcomers. It's a much more appropriate term because we are not just trying to go out internationally. It's for anybody to feel welcome when you come to the Pontiac, and it can be from people from Ontario, other provinces. And you're correct about, there's lots of things that we need to look at in the next phase, like lodging, making them feel welcome. The transportation, I think, is improving because of our Trans-Call-In and the on-demand service, especially with the taxi available. But the timeline, this is a very important thing that Rochelle stressed. It does need to be received to me and to the government for the end of September. And we did not spend, we were given $75,000 in a grant. We did not spend all of it, but this is contingent on getting the report in by the end of September. And really, the way to look at this too is that newcomers are not going to necessarily choose the Pontiac, even though we desperately need people who would like to work, and we want to be welcoming anyone that chooses the Pontiac to be their home. But most newcomers go to large centers, large cities, where there's a lot of services provided. So we had there were 4 meetings of the committee. The committee involved the Desjardins Bank, the Carrefour Jeunesse, SABC, Chamber of Commerce, some mayors, as well as helping with this. Does anyone else remember? CISO, yes, exactly. It's a real collaboration of people. And we had 4 excellent meetings, and we're very proud of the fact that we have actually been able to complete this plan, and we do need to put it to a vote tonight. And we go to a second phase, and there's no MRC money that is going to be coming from our budgets at this point.
Not at this point, but
Well,
are we
and that will
considering?
all be discussed in the second phase.
Okay.
Thanks.
I have another question then. Why one of the whereas clauses here refers to a report. So if we are to adopt this plan so that the MRC can submit it to MIFI for approval along with the final report. So is there another document, or are we talking about this one?
Just this one. That's our final
It sounds
report.
like there are 2.
No, that's our final report. We had like a wrap-up meeting. It was about a week and a half ago, just looking at the final report. It was just the highlights. Yeah. So would someone move this? Thank you very much. Mayor Christine Fonker. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so we're going to say that 2 mayors are opposed. Well, we have Pro-Mayor Sydney Squiddy and Mayor Jennifer Quill in opposition. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. So it carries. Sabrina, we'll go on to the next 17.3, 2-year subscription to the Propulso platform.
Yeah, so really in order to collect data and measure all the actions and all the things that we've done in the past, and to make sure that we're making better decisions as we move forward, we want to structure the purpose of the platform as a data collection to really measure the work that we're doing. So the resolution, considering that the MRC Pontiac has adopted its action plan in Vision 2030 that requires reliable and up-to-date data to guide decisions. Considering that so platform offers ethical and accessible data collection and analysis tools, enabling the generation of monthly reports and triennial analysis. Considering that the MRC Pontiac Economic Development Team will develop a schedule of downloads and reports to ensure rigorous and structured monitoring, considering that the data will directly contribute to future strategic planning efforts and help guide the MRC Pontiac authorities, considering that this tool will strengthen our analysis for future development and ensure the relevance and financial feasibility of the actions of the MRC Pontiac, considering the acquisition of a 2-year pro license will provide a robust sample covering the years 2021 to 2026 and establish a sustainable process for data collection and analysis. So we're looking for a resolution to proceed with the signing of an agreement with Conseil for the acquisition of a 2-year pro subscription to support the monitoring and of the action plan as well as future planning, And also resolved with the amount of $15,480 per year for a total of $30,906 over 2 years from the 2025-2026 FRP budget be allocated to the subscription of the travel service.
Okay, thank you very much. Any comments or questions? Okay, we'll move this resolution moved by Pro Warden Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.4 request for amendment to the rent payment schedule proposed by Pontiac Stone School. Go ahead, Sabrina, please.
So this is just to propose an amendment for the payment schedule for the rest of the zone school. Considérant la MRC de Pontiac a envoyé à l'organisme Pontiac une avis pour le paiement de loyer de 29 juillet dernier, considérant que l'organisme Pontiac doit avancer du montant de 4 200 en loyer à gaz, considérant que l'organisme Pontiac a présenté un échéancier avec afin de payer ses dettes, considérant que l'organisme prévoit poursuivre les paiements mensuels réguliers de son loyer de 600 par mois, considérant que le calendrier de paiement suggéré est basé sur la situation financière actuelle de l'organisation ainsi que sur des prévisions de dépenses et de revenus sur 18 mois. Considérant qu'il s'agit d'une prévision prudente, le calendrier pourrait donc être raccourci à mesure que l'organisation se stabilise. Considérant que l'échéancier de l'organisme Pontiac indique que le dernier paiement de loyer aura lieu au plus tard le 1er juillet 2017. Considérant que l'organisme prévoit poursuivre le paiement régulier de ce paiement mensuel tel que stipulé dans la bail jusqu'au mois de décembre 2020. Il est proposé de d'accepter de faire un avenant de bail de la mise en Pontiac selon les chantiers proposés.
Thank you very much. Are there any comments or questions? Could I have someone who, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just find it, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't know how to vote when I don't understand anything.
So so in July, we sent a letter because they were late on the rent, and they came up with a calendar to repay what they were in arrears for. The calendar now, if it's accepted, would include the regular $600 per month that they're supposed to pay. Plus an additional $650. So for a total of $950 per month. That would bring them up to July 2026 at the full 130. After that, it goes back to the 600 until the end of the release at December 2025.
You understand, I'm not trying to be anti-French, it's just, it's all French. Now, I remember, like, we talked about that at plenary, but I didn't know that.
Afterwards, or that would be great. Thank you so much, Sabrina.
Sorry, Sabrina.
Okay, so who would like to move that?
I'll move.
You will. And narrow that vote down. Those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you. Go to 17.5, adoption of the Pontiac MRC's 2025-2030 cultural policy. Sabrina.
Okay, so this is update of our cultural policy. We've been waiting for this one, so we're looking for a resolution to adopt for the policy that will last us between 2025 and 2030. So considering that the final report for audit was submitted on the 20th of October 2023, considering that the previous cultural policy dated from 2004, considering that the Cultural Monitoring Committee approved the new version of the cultural policy and at its meeting on September 8th, 2025, considering that it has been agreed to update the cultural policy every 5 years, considering that the cultural policy is part of Pontiac MRC's strategic vision for sustainable development, considering that the adoption of the cultural policy will provide a framework and a structure for cultural activities in the territory, considering that culture is an essential leader for social, economic identity, development, and the community. So we're looking to propose a resolution that the Pontiac MRC Council adopt the 2025-2030 cultural policy with its action plan that was presented.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions? Okay, moved by Marilyn Cameron. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.6, adoption of the revised network acquisition policy, to Pontiac MRC.
So another policy that we have that needed some updating, the comments. We have a policy that was presented, this policy is regarding the acquisition of all of the artwork that we see now and down the hall here. So considering that the acquisition policy, previous one is from 2012, considérant que le comité de suivi culturel a approuvé la nouvelle version de la politique dans la réunion du 8 septembre, puis the committee approved it on September 8th. Considérant que l'adoption de la politique d'acquisition permettra d'encadrer et de structurer les achats d'œuvres d'art de la collection régionale de la MRC de Pontiac, so this is to allow the ability to purchase more art. Considérant que la mise en place d'une politique claire permanente d'assurer la transparence de l'équité dans la processus d'acquisition, so the transparency in the process of purchasing. Considérant que le soutien à la création artistique locale encourage le développement créatif et artisan de la région, we're promoting and supporting our artists and local creation within the territory. Considérant que la politique l'acquisition s'inscrit dans la vision stratégique de développement durable de la MRC. So it's within the long-term strategic vision of the MRC Pontiac. Il est proposé que le Conseil adopte la politique d'acquisition révisée 2025 telle que présentée.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions? Have someone move this resolution? Moved by Pro Warden, Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed and abstained. 17.7. Launch of the call to artists, three-dimensional work, sculpting, Sabrina Ayers.
So now that we've adopted our acquisition policy, we're going to go to launch a call for our artists to get purchase another piece of artwork. Only in this instance, instead of purchasing a piece of art that's already made, we want to commission a sculpture to be put outside. So this is proposing that we go to call for artists for proposals on a sculptural piece to be placed outside the MRC.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Who would like to move this? Moved by Mayor Ed Walsh. All those in favor? Opposed and that carries. 17.8, submission of the project to Destination Canada for financial support. Sabrina.
So one of the projects that we're working on is a development plan for regional park. We have quite exciting consideration, but we stumbled upon a grant that we would like to apply for that would cover 50% of the cost of hiring someone to help us develop a solid plan for development. So this one here is with Destination Canada, and it requires that we have a resolution to audit our interest to apply. If they accept our interest, then within the resolution, we're looking to also allow us to go ahead and apply because the deadline is in the first week of October.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Moved by Mayor Donnie Daniel, all those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.9, comprehensive evaluation of Route 148 project agreement with the Visage Regional Resolution.
So again, in order to get like tangible data and evaluate the work that we've been doing, this one is specifically with Visage Regional and all the Visage and 148 project that have been done through tourism. So this is a resolution to sign a contract with Visage Regional to get a report with all of the comments and numbers that we need to evaluate whether or not how far we're going to move forward with this project.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Someone move this resolution. Moved by Pro Warden Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.10, adoption business support policy PSC 2025 to 2028.
So after looking at MRC funding, one of the policies that we have to adopt annually is the business support policy. And if once these policies in place, then we can start opening up funding programs for our businesses. So this is to adopt the policy that was presented. It's also également les années d'envoyer une copie de la politique aux citoyens des entreprises pour faire une affaire municipale et de l'application. Et décider qu'une copie de la politique sera publiée sur la site web. So we have to send a copy to Mamash and put a copy on our website. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Moved by Mayor Doris Ranchet. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.11, adoption structuring project support policy. Sabrina. So again, according to the FRT funding, we, in order to vote call for projects, one is for our project the project structure. And this one is mainly for our municipal and nonprofit organizations. When we go to call for projects, we need to adopt the policy annually. So all the updates are provided with, state criteria, that we provide a copy to the Mamash and then a copy goes on. Okay, thank you very much. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Lynn Cameron. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 17.12, establishment of a long-term lease agreement between the cooperative de Solidarité Agri-Saber and MRC Pontiac resolution. Okay, so we have everything ready to sign a lease between the MRC Pontiac and the co-op, the Solidarité Agri-Saber. Yeah. So you will start with a copy of the lease, you have the resolution accepting, you sign the lease as well as providing the color with the chair left right, there's the blank signing the photo. Okay, thank you very much. And moved by from Warden Sandra Armstrong, all those in favor. Opposed, and that carries. 17.13, structural modifications to the abattoir. So when I get the abattoir, this one is regarding numerous building improvements that to ensure that they can be used long term for the success of the project. We basically are looking to pass a resolution to budget another $353,638.55 from the FRR2 budget from 2025-2026 to complete the project. Okay, thank you. And I have someone move this resolution, moved by Mayor Grantor. All those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Thank you, Sabrina. You did an awesome job. Thank you. 18, public safety. 18.1, resolution of support to municipality of Portage for signage crosswalks. Joe Daniel.
Good evening again, Lynn. I don't want to first on that. Go ahead.
Actually, then it would be a good opportunity probably just to talk about who's been spearheading this. What's the purpose of it?
It's the fact that the highway, which is our main street, but we have it parked on one side of the road, and we've had many cars fly through there, lots of tickets, and the kids are walking across the street to get to the park or to the store, and it's becoming quite dangerous.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Julian.
So the resolution is just a simple resolution of support for the resolution adopted by the municipality of Portage 4, where they would like to add 3 crosswalks across the Rue de l'Église, going one way in front of the store and 2 in front of Main, which crosses both sides of that street to the park.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Thank you very much. Who would like to move this? Mayor Lynn Cameron, all those in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Yeah. 22, information sessions for regionalization of the fire services. Resolution, Julian.
Yeah, so this file comes as a follow-up to our, I guess, the presentations to your local elected officials on fire safety and all the business that comes with that. Essentially, this resolution is to mandate myself with 3 dates that, Warden Dollar already mentioned in October 8th, 9th, and 23rd, to be presented to the public. So one at Little Met, Port Lunch, and in Campbell's Bay, so that we can discuss the same topics. I want to say, just as a note that in October, obviously, we will invite all members of the public, including potential elected officials and maybe outgoing elected officials who cannot be represented in those public sessions. So therefore, everybody is invited, but we're hoping it to be a civil information session. We'll simply transmit information to the public that will essentially show the public what you are dealing with at this moment, and that no decisions have been made as of yet. And we want to share that information with the public so that they have a say as well. So I think that's very important, and I congratulate the council.
Yes.
A simple resolution to that.
Exactly. And make good sense to public.
You said the 8th, 9th, and 23rd, probably then this.
Yes, well, of course, it'll be publicized kind of everywhere too, but yes.
They're gonna pass this around.
What did you say, Joseph's?
Yes, October 8th in Port Colunge. Yet the location is yet to be determined. It will be somewhere in Mansfield or Port Colunge in French. October 9th, Little Southern Met, that's in St. Joseph Hall. And on October 23rd at the RA Hall in Campbell's Bay, all of which will happen at 6:30 p.m.
Very good, excellent. And could we say at this point, the amount of work that you have put into this, in particular, your presentation, in my opinion, anticipates all the concerns and all the answers are there. And it's positive, but it's very much like a business plan for the future to ensure sustainability, but still protection of residents with fast or equal response time. So thank you. I mean, we know you have a lot of expertise in this area, Jim, but you really outdone yourself with just the amount of hours that you've spent, not only with the committee, all the meetings, but just, we probably had to revamp the presentation a number of times. I'm sure everybody agrees, so I'd like to come down. We know that 10 years ago there was a plan, but it wasn't the right time. And literally this time the fire chiefs had said to us, the majority of them, it's time, we need help. So, well done. Are you finished your?
Yes.
For you?
All of them is 10 years back.
On the resolution, yes. Who would like to move this? Moved by Mayor Raymond Pilon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Regional infrastructure. Oh, it's DGA Terry was here. 19.1. That's agrees. Snow removal contract 2025 to 2026 resolution.
Thank you, Warden Keller. Okay, so yes, we went out and got 2 submissions, and we would like to award the contract for snow removal here in this building, but in the parking lot for the winter 2025 to 2026 and 2026 to 2027. And the low bid was South the FD money for the amount of $20,000 combined for and also a job to
Excellent. I'm glad you thought of it now. Yes, because this is our last meeting. Entered around the
thanks to Liam.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Moved by Mayor Colleen Olivier. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.2 service agreement, annual generator maintenance and service. Summers generator systems. AKA Terrell.
Correct. We went out to get a few submissions for generator maintenance, basically. It's a 3-year contract, $2,000 plus taxes per year. And it's a fall, spring maintenance contract to check all the fluids, replace all the fluids, etc. And it is with Summers Generator Systems, that is the system we have here, so they know it really well. There is a 4% increase built in annually to the $2,000. That will be part of this resolution. And to meet that, and as well for the director of DGA to sign the contract.
Okay, very good. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Mayor Grantor. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.3 Cycle Park PBJ. We start with 19.3.1 purchase of waste recycling containers for the PBJ Cycle Park. PBJ Terry Woodward.
This, this, should have been on last month, so it's my bad that it didn't make it there when we got the waste containers for the hub here. We were supposed to buy them for the PPJ as well. So this is that resolution. We are buying 7 garbage recycling containers from the company Unique Inc. You've seen it out here. If you haven't, you can look at it at the bus stop, please. So this is a quote in the amount of $21,652.67, which is a finance for. Let me just make sure I get the right one through it's already in the budget for Venice football. So that was our budget for now.
Okay, thank you. Would like to move this. Moved by Mayor Jennifer Quayle. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.3.2 Service Agreement Support for Inspection of Cycle Park PBJ Bridges. DTA Terry Woodward.
Yep. So we are requesting assistance from the SQM for preparing to call for tenders for the inspection of our 3 bridges. And I know we spoke about it last week, and the 3rd bridge, I could not think of the road name, is down Callahan.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
Yes. So this is just to go out and a tune of $7,000, which for the preparation for the call for tenders, and this also comes out of the water budget.
Excellent. Who would like to move this resolution? Moved by Pro Warden Sandra Armstrong. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.3.3 Purchase of equipment for maintenance in Central Park PBJ. DG Attorney Woodward.
Okay, so we need to buy some new equipment, maintenance equipment for the PPJ. So they're here, so we're looking for a resolution to purchase and sell of a piece of equipment. So from Earl Keen's Garage, a weed trimmer in an amount of $369.99 plus taxes. This purchase will be funded through the FRRQ, already allocated to the PPJ for this year. From O'Malley's Equipment, a 0-turn mower in the amount of $10,999.99 plus taxes. And this will be financed through the Best Walk program grant. And the chainsaw for the amount of $269.99 plus taxes, which funded from the SRQ, already allocated for this year. As well, O'Malley will be paying us or taking $400 for a sale of a 0-turn that we have that is basically non-functional, no good for us.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions? Who would like to move this?
How much for the chainsaw? $269.99.
Okay, so $29 and.
Oh, bargain.
Yes.
Oh, it's not 10. Is that a typo again?
Is that what that?
$26.99.
Okay, I've got $269.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Wait,
You wanted one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie says English. Okay. All right, very good. So, moved by Mayor Alangan.
Sure.
Who's Hawkeyes that fought that. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. 19.3.4. Volley Trois, notice of completion of work, phase 3, resolution.
So just, this is all housekeeping stuff, but we need to do a rendition to an accounting of the LS 2023. I believe it is, yes. On just a project that was done on the PPJ for 2023, and we need that part of it is getting a resolution from council to be able to submit the resolution. So this is work that was carried out between October 23rd, 2023 and November 29th, 2023.
Okay, thank you. Would like to move this resolution moved by Mayor Donnie Gagnon. All those in favor? Opposed, and that carries. Now we go to correspondence. And in 20.1, we're happy to see this on the agenda because we know there had been some publicity publicity about the Campbell Bay Courthouse. And so, we did look into it and, we have received a report on the condition of the courthouse. And we're going to turn to Julian Gagnon right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, following this week's meeting, there was some concerns about the courthouse building, which I believe was an article from Chip FM, if I'm not mistaken. At that point, obviously, it raised some concerns at this table, so we looked into some of the work being done. We asked for some previous work and some work that is scheduled to be done. We received some correspondence. Work completed since 2021 on the courthouse building by the SQE. Some ventilation cleaning, wall repairs, electrical outlet repairs, they're all listed here, building automation and access control work, some HVAC work, and some miscellaneous work and other work in landscaping for a total of $223,000 since 2021. There is some scheduled work to come on the building exterior shell between 2026 on the plan for 27, 28, $2.2 million, and some elevator modernization with a 1 to 3 year timeline. No cost there. There were some concerns about the hydro outages as well on the actual at the courthouse, which disrupted the services. They are saying that it is essentially part of the network when the power outage happens. It happens there. It's not specific to that building, what they're saying. So that information obviously doesn't preclude anybody here from passing a motion to adopt the resolution to do so, but that was important to.
One other little thing that Terry was just noticing about the grading. Did you notice that, the grading of it?
The grading of the building.
Yeah.
Yes, so. You wanna read it, Terry?
It just says that they do annual inspections, thank you very much, and they've got the building graded as a B, which signifies that it is considered to be in good state.
Yeah, my residents and of course, the timing of this with Bay Call-in services and the courthouse being, I think it's going to be used more in, we'll be able to have municipal or municipal fines, etc. January. So it was good that that article was written and Jeff, it kind of alerted us to the situation and we looked into it, and I think it's good news, especially about the 2.2 million in the future and the elevator, etc. So it's very good. Thanks, Julian. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I just want to say one more thing, a little bit echo Jason's sentiments earlier. I'll say this is, I've got the benefit of being the last point on the agenda as far as the employees are concerned, so I want to thank everybody. I know that those the thank yous before your message, everybody that had said something, I want to be sure that doesn't fall on deaf ears. The employees do appreciate it. I will speak on behalf of everybody here. I have the benefit of actually speaking to you. There's some employees back here that never speak that are diligently working, so I'm sure on behalf of them, we appreciate the comments. For those of you who maybe aren't here next term willingly, and for those who may not even know they'll be back next term, we appreciate the comments, and we want to say that we appreciate working with every one of you, and we hope to continue working on with those that will be here next month. It's easy to say that you've got a lot of work to do for probably next to nothing or very little bit. It's easy for me to say, you can thank me all you want, but that you pay me to do that. So.
Don't pay it to be nice.
Karen, what you have done, you deserve that. So on behalf of the staff, I want to say thank you, everybody, and.
Thank you, and I just want to add, you also know Julian is also an elected person.
Yes.
So he knows, he understands.
Yes.
And so is Katie, it's nice to see you.
I just got never in the park.
So, we have our second period of questions. Anyone like to ask a question, make a statement? Nobody here. No, nobody's here, okay? So, before we close, I would simply like to say that, in my opinion, every one of you has done an outstanding job representing the residents in your municipality. I really know how hard you all work individually and how well you work together. And it's just been a pleasure to me working with all of you. And we're so fortunate to have our excellent staff. And I also want to say, in reference to any comments that have been made over the years, that I am totally convinced that we operate in complete transparency here. This is a place of integrity, and I'm proud of that. Don't forget it. And Karen Kelly, poor Karen, had technical difficulties. She did try to speak to us. Karen, we'll see you at Oktoberfest. Oh, she's not there. Well, we'll see you.
Karen, zooming in on Karen.
My final statement is, until we meet again.
Can I ask one question under miscellaneous?
And we do need to move this meeting. And
I,
we know who wants to do it. Don't worry. I'm letting you,
Yeah.
I'm letting you ask the
I was just wondering, I should ask Sabrina when it's here, but for all the renovations and that they're requesting for the abattoir, was that done by like an outside company, or like where did that come from? There's no name associated with who's recommending all these modifications.
Yeah, you answered that.
Sure, absolutely. There were 3 different inspection companies.
Okay, that's fine.
That came.
Their own job. And basically it comes down to this. It's not just reopening an abattoir, it's actually totally new business. And unfortunately, the building was not left in good condition, but it is a building worth saving. And we know that this is going to be a huge asset, especially for all of our meat producers, and it will add 20% profit into their pockets.
No, I agree with that completely. It's just like they're gonna ask, like,
Yes,
where did
well,
you
we
come
can
up with that
say
number? Like,
Three
yeah, okay,
different inspections.
thank you.
Are you done? And now we're ready.
Yes, I am.
For the big moment, drum roll.
Oh, you wanna say something? Oh, you go ahead.
Lucy.
Well, I just wanna say thank you very much. Those 2 years was very good. I will miss you because I'm not going back. But, we have some new mayors that are good, I talked to them. And, hopefully we see you in some different event. But thank you very, very much for all your help and specifically, Madame, what is his name? When I start to be a mayor, the first person I will see is Madame Sandro. I'm strong.
You probably sent you in the wrong direction.
No, she did not. So thank you very much. And hopefully we see you again.
Thank you. It was much.
Yes, yes. So if you want, call me for coffee.
All right.
If you walk and repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have her close this meeting?
Yes. Let's close the meeting. And is reading the resolution. All those in favor? Opposed? And we will record that as unanimous. Thank you very much, everybody. All the best. I'm going to get my thing. My hammer.
Your thingy, hammer, I'll take a hammer.